What's up, everyone? This is Frobom. Going to be talking about Ibara Kuro Black Label, which is a game I recently cleared and became extremely enamored with. I love the original Ibara. I might like this one even more. We'll get into all the differences, but I'm going to start out with some scoring talk because there's a hugely important scoring trick that happens within seconds of starting the game. So you got to kill those first two enemies with your aura flash, then lead all the other enemies that come down on the screen in a line, and then Hado gun. And basically, then you bomb a couple times to just get medals quickly and get the rank as high as you possibly can. I managed to get it all the way up here, and then you start on the left side of the screen and you stream all of these bullets, and doing so, grazing them while using focus shot in Ibara Black Label lets you build this what's called the X-Treme Terror Counter up, and then destroying that warehouse on the right will give you an automatic kind of cash-in on your terror counter. So the higher that counter gets, the more points you get when you kind of quote-unquote cash in, which you do by either bombing a bunch of bullets to turn them into roses, or at set level points in each level and in each phase of the bosses, you have an opportunity to kind of cash in without using any resources. So that's kind of the way, in a very quick nutshell, the scoring works in Ibara Kuro. And as you can see, after the first stage is almost done, I almost have an extend, which you get at 10 million points because of that little trick that I did at the beginning there. And most expert players can get an extend there, no problem. I'm gonna Hado gun up the screen to just take care of this boss because his final pattern is pretty dicey. Oh, and I bombed again to get rank down. So there we go, got the extend. Very, very quick talk through of the scoring system. Of course, it's, could be like gone over in a lot more detail, but such is the life of providing commentary in the run itself without kind of ever pausing. You just kind of have to give a skim overview and then move on to other things. So in this stage, you can see my medals are maxed out. I kept my chain during the first level, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes I'm spending this level kind of trying to get my medals back to full. But when your medals are full, it's important to keep your medals full for as long as possible, because what it allows you to do is increase rank extremely quickly. And when when you're at max rank, that's where the most potential for score is, because it allows you to crank up that extreme terror counter. The circle around your ship, that is your grazing circle. You can see it right there. Gets the biggest at the max rank, and of course there's more bullets at the max rank. So the combination of those two things allows you to pump up score extremely high. You can get 99,999 max extreme terror, and you can tell that I've routed this pretty precisely to just build up that number as much as possible. And just doing that, you don't even have to quote-unquote cash in. I'll stop saying quote-unquote, sorry. There you go. There's a built-in cash-in by destroying that tank. Of course, you could route this to perfection as the current world record holder and super player does at the top of the video index. You can look that up and see it. He's got 200 million points playing this game, which the next person isn't even close to that, at least as far as the video index is concerned. I'm sure there are other close scores or closer scores that have been logged since the game came out, but in terms of video that's available, it's that superplay, and then the next one is half that score. So that player, you can tell, just routed everything to kind of keep him at max XTC, 9,999 XTC. Throughout the entire game, essentially. It's incredible how much scoring depth there is here, and it's so much fun. Okay, safe spot up here at the corner of this thing, just like in the original Ibara. You can just kind of hang out. And it's important to have at least one bomb here, because when this guy releases this pattern, you can Hado gun up the screen, inch upward, and then line yourself up roughly with the bottom of the rank bar. And when you do that, you will achieve one of the silliest, stupidest, most satisfying milks in an STG, boss milk, you know? And anybody can do this. This is not, this is not expert shit. This is like, oh, pop this game open and make sure your medals are high when you reach the boss. Kind of dodge that first little ship, and then all you have to do is just keep tapping focus here. Someone let me know on Discord that it's common for people to use auto fire here, so you don't have to tap A. You can optimize the way, it's not ideal to hit the ship when you're doing this. I do on occasion. So if you set the right auto fire rate, you can probably max out the XTC that you get and not hit the ship at all. And so basically what I'm trying to do is get up to 9,999, which I'm there. And so now I'm going to hold focus and start just killing the guy. And what that's going to do is cash in on all these bullets at the maximum multiplier possible. And you can see that I got, like, again, another 10 million points. So another extend, no problem. And I miss a boss milk here because I don't have a bomb. And you need one in order to get rank back up sufficiently to take advantage of the milk. So I'm just going to flame the boss, kill him quickly, and move on. But it involves these little purple triangles and grazing them to the side of the boss so that you don't damage it. For quite a long time, you can manage to do that. And the pros can get their XTC back up to 9,999 again, and then cash out for a huge score. Didn't manage that one this time. I wish I had, because it would, if I had executed it well, it would have been another maybe 3 or 4 million points. But for the way I can manage it, but oh well, no problem, because I executed most of the other, if not all of the other milks that I know in this run very well. So we'll take not getting that stage 2 one, no problem. Okay, so this level's so cool. It's so much fun. Train level with a ton of graze opportunity, as you can see. Very difficult to dodge and keep your XTC going, and making sure that you don't drop your medals. If your focus shot, you're not able to suck in medals, so you have to release the focus shot. Oh, that's an unfortunate death. Lost some opportunity for score there by dying, and I dropped my metal chain, which sucks. But life goes on. No run is perfect. Okay, and these guys, the strategy is kind of start in a corner and tap dodge, and look at this. Like, all this fire looks so scary, but it's not going to hit you if you just rhythmically tap dodge through it. And at some point, it might, it's not always perfect, but that time it was, and I could get out without bombing at all. But sometimes in those, that happens a lot throughout the game, and often it's like advantageous to just Hado gun so you can keep your rank up, and keep, and then start your XTC counter over. Okay, so this line of 3 trains is a classic spot in both Ibaras, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. You can, if I had full medal count here, I would be scoring, I'd be racking up like millions of points by Hado gunning up. Every bullet that your Hado gun hits turns into a medal. So instead of getting max medals, 10,000 points each, I'm getting paltry, like 200 or whatever I'm at. Probably a little more than that, but still. And yeah, that's stage 3. It's a ton of grazing, and then Hado gunning up the screen when there's a shitload of bullets for score in stage 3. I aura'd, and then I felt in danger, so I aura flashed away some bullets, and then got a Hado off and hit the guy, so that's good. And then bombed to get rank down, because it's tough to dodge that. So at this point, my score is really good, primarily because that's a dumb death. Oh well. My score is primarily good because of the really good stage 1, like again 30 seconds into the game milk that I had, or I mean the score strat, and then the stage 2 milk. Like most other scoring techniques, I'm not doing so well here. I dropped my metal chain. I didn't do a ton of XTC build up in stage 3, which is linked to metal chain being dropped because you can't get rank high enough fast enough to do it. But oh well, we're still doing just fine on score. So now what I'm trying to do is desperately trying to get my metal count up, because I want to increase rank to max before getting to the mid-boss, because there's a great milk that you can do once you get to the mid-boss, as long as your rank is maxed out. So I'm luckily the item drops here are in my favor. These enemies are spread out such that you can just keep ranking up your metal. Okay, you kill the right side of the mid-boss with the aura flash, and then you Hadouken in the left-hand corner and kill the second side of the mid-boss. Now you've guaranteed yourself the extend that you get from killing this mid-boss, and you can just spend your time on his right-hand side racking up XTC and points, and then if you're good enough and you time it properly, you can cash out before the mid-boss exits the screen. You cash out your XTC with a shitload of bullets and get a ton of score. This is a little bit easier said than done. It's like there's nothing too hard about kind of skirting the little stream of bullets on the right, but he kind of floats really far to the right sometimes, and his kind of top right corner will kill you if you are close to it. So be really safe. It's like not worth a death usually if you usually if you just kind of give it a sec, you won't drop the chain. Okay, as soon as he drops on the screen, it's time to kill him, because he'll leave after that. So there you go, got the extend, and I didn't quite see how many points that netted me, but a good amount, a decent amount for that's a good little milk there. I would have preferred the XTC to be a little higher than 5,000, whatever it was, but hey, we'll take it. I haven't even talked about fundamentals of the game, because of course there's just a ton going on, but you see there's the weapon bar down at the bottom. Unlike in Ibara, where you're kind of you're swapping weapons per option, Ibara Kuro simplifies that, which I personally like. It's just like you can collect a weapon, then you have it to equip, and you select which weapon you have equipped by the little bar down below. You just press the fourth button and you pick which one you want, and then when you die, the weapon that you have equipped will be gone, but then all the other weapons fly out of you and you can grab them again. So check this out. This whole level is I'm not going to be able to. I didn't have myself set up properly to do this, so I'm going to graze as much as I can and then shoot my gun up so that I can keep my rank up, so that this section can be properly streamed. So this is all, you can tell, designed to kind of ride these waves of bullets for a ton of score, and it of course requires some skill to do that, but not as much as it might look like. It's really just about anticipating where the streams are going to end, and then kind of ducking under them to skirt to the other side of the screen. And the more bullets that fill your little circle, the better. So the closer you are to some of those crisscrossing streams, the more XTC you're going to rack up. Okay, so this boss is so awful, and awful meaning difficult. Ooh, wow, I don't know how I survived that. Awful meaning difficult in regular Ibara. In this one, he's not so tough. I got psyched out from my surviving that last fucking really sketchy part. I just got psyched out and forgot about the flames. At this point, I decided to stop shooting because it was just easy. It's easier to survive when you don't shoot these things. Every one of those drops a, or explodes into blue swords, and so sometimes it's best to be under them and be shooting them constantly so that they're spread out by the time they reach you. But if you let too many get on the screen, sometimes it's better to just give up and let them fall without shooting them. Okay, so this boss I didn't score at all. Just really bad. I've scored this boss way better before, but this run is all about like nailing those milks instead of doing like the in-between proper scoring. So that's really not a good demonstration of how to play that boss. But you can tell he just shoots stuff straight down, and you can graze all of it. And if you time everything properly, you can build up your XTC and cash out, etc., etc. That's the story of Ibara Kuro, is just doing that in as many situations as you dare. Okay, so we're back to trying to get the metal chain up because I dropped it again. In this part coming up, similar to the original Ibara, if you have 2 bombs, which I do not, you can... Ooh, that was good. You can drop 2 Hado guns at the side of the screen, and that will basically turn these 3 tanks into 3 bombs, so 2 Hado guns becomes 3, or 2 bombs become 3. That one I managed to kill all the parts of the tank, so I did get an extra bomb, which is nice. And you can tell my slowdown is mimicked in MAME with the CPU decrease. I didn't mess with Blitter or anything, just the CPU I put at 45. I tried to watch a little footage. I mean, of course, I watched a lot of footage of some other people playing this game, mostly Japanese players on PCB, and I thought the slowdown looked roughly acceptable to, of course it's not going to be exact, but I thought it was roughly comparable. I did not watch later stages of the game and try and be super concerned with PCB accuracy, so could be that I'm getting more slowdown here than those players would get in the arcade version, or I would if I were playing the arcade version. But you know what? Can't play the arcade version. I wish I could, but I cannot. So just got to make do, and I did the best I could with it. Maybe it worked to my advantage. Maybe other times it doesn't. I just don't know. Too bad I dropped rank for this part, because it's a great stream score. A glut of score can be had here. There we go, rank's almost back up. Sometimes it's nice to just sit in the Hado stream and get a break, and you can get some XTC even just sitting in safety. Wow, okay. Yep, and at this point in the game, I'm trying to do my best to kind of stream still and score, but come the end of stage 5, accepting the boss milk, which you're gonna see, I'm concerned mostly about survival, so I'm gonna shoot a bomb off whenever I fucking feel like I need to shoot a bomb off, or a Hado gun off. Okay, for this boss milk, you line yourself up with the inner edges of the bridges that go out of those buildings. You move up the screen with your Hado stream, ideally equip rocket, and then you kill these tentacles of this boss, and then my stream almost left. Okay, and then you do the other side. So you kill the kind of left part of the boss with the Hado gun, and then you use it for safety to kill his other pieces. And so then he's going to be left shooting this blue triangular stream, which you can just stay where you are and it will miss you. And you equip either Gatling or machine gun just to make sure you don't damage the boss while you're doing this, and you just you rack XTC, and that's a ton of score. Just this little piece right here, and this isn't even the boss milk hasn't even begun. All right, this is the stage 5 boss milk. I'm very proud of myself for nailing this. It's pretty. I think I do a pretty fucking good job of it here. So it starts off in the left-hand corner. That will. Every time you do that, and this is a repeat of 4 patterns, every time you do this, it'll get you around 2,500 XTC. So you got to do it 4 times to get to max, and then cash out. So I'll talk through it again. All right. So hold it down here. Hold it, and then tap through this just to keep your XTC going. And then you're gonna have to move left a little bit to get into one of the gaps of those purple bullets, and then slowly tap dodge back left, then get all the way over to the left-hand corner for this pattern. And that's it. You do that 4 times. So here's number 3 for me. And then tap over here. This is one of those, the classic shmup things where, again, part of why I think STGs have such a genre problem or like a popularity problem is that stuff like this looks easier than it is. It just doesn't look that hard, and then when you try and do it, it's like, oh fuck, like there is so much finesse that has to be executed on to make this happen. All right, so I'm at 9,999. Boom. That was a little early, but that is the pattern that you want to cash in on. And as you can see, that got me. I've been doing a good job of keeping an eye on the score, but I think it got me, I don't know, 7-8 million points, something like that, maybe more. And now that was my like piece de resistance for the run in terms of stuff that I routed and practiced. And now I have 5 lives, and it's just about get to the fucking end and kill Teresa for the clear. There's no scoring strategy that I have to talk about in this level. Stage 6 of Ibara is just get out alive, and that's what I'm gonna try and do. And I came to, in spite of having a ton of resources, I thought going into this, I came very close to not clearing. So it's that hard. And of course, part of it is that I will admit I did not route this stage a ton. I had cleared it in original Ibara, and I don't think it's that. It doesn't strike me as having changed that much from the original game. And I always knew that, okay, it's just, it's a lot about just kind of bombing. In Kuro, it's about bombing to decrease rank when it gets too high, and just like being good at dodging and kind of like trying to resource force my way through. Okay, here, I'll try and do a little score here. Why not? When you see these kind of crisscrossy patterns, you got to score it a little bit. Every time when you blow up one of those blobular enemies, they or get them down to their last phase, they start shooting those circles of hell. So sometimes I feel like maybe the best thing would try to not shoot at all during those sections. In the original Ibara, I think that was part of my strategy, but with the ability to decrease rank with bombs, and you're picking up bomb fragments so often in this part, or in the stage, it makes sense to kind of try it out. Ooh, did I do it? Oh no, I didn't. I don't know why I thought I could do that. Go up to the left-hand side of the screen. Okay, 3 lives left. Not great. I think I was just kind of being sloppy here. I kind of wish I had practiced stage 6 a little more in retrospect. I told myself I'll practice all the other stages, and stage 6 I'm gonna brute force. And because I end up getting a score that I'm really happy with, it's like I could have practiced a little more and of course do even better, score even better. And I will in the future, I think. But for now, this is I'm really satisfied with this run. Just a fucking awesome level, Ibara stage 6. That huge synth line going as you're just scraping through this inevitably. Okay, almost to Teresa. So Teresa is a bunch of random garbage. Like, she can have one intro pattern that is just like fucking undodgeable and you'd have to immediately bomb it, in my experience. Or she have this nice nice kind of easily tap dodgeable thing that she gave me, I think, a few times before she did anything else here. So that was lucky. A little bit of luck, just because it allowed me to kill a lot of her petals or get them damaged a lot without using resources, which, hey, in retrospect, it's like as close as I came. Maybe if I didn't get this particular set of intro patterns from Teresa, maybe I don't clear this run. So thanks, Teresa. Got what I think is good RNG here. I don't know if there's some way you can influence what pattern she gives you. There's certainly less nonsense in Ibara Kuro, less like Yagawa secrecy and obfuscated kind of stuff. As much as I love Yagawa designs things and I love original Ibara, I just couldn't help but feel refreshed by just the fact that everything is worn on this game's sleeve. Like, you can see rank, you can see. I just planted a Hadougan right in the middle of that thing. That's really the strategy for Teresa. If you've got the lives to do it, is like, survive as long as possible, and then use your iframes upon death to ensure that you get a Hado impact right in her grill, and just do rinse and repeat until she's dead. Because some of this, you're not gonna be dodging some of these fucking patterns long. Okay, 1 life left. It's like, watching that life bar, it's like, I thought that would be going down a little faster. Oh, I could have dodged through that. That sucks. And I wish I had dodged through that a little bit better. Oh well. 0 lives left, 0 bombs left, but we did it. Boom. Yeah, so it's difficult to know whether I sufficiently explained everything there is to explain about a good run of Kuro. I think the basics are there. It's really just pump rank up as much as possible, to graze as much as possible, to then cash out your graze build up, your XTC, in other words, for huge score, ideally when there's a ton of bullets on screen. That's kind of the rhythm, and I for one thought it was, I think it's just an excellent scoring system. I had a ton of fun with it and would return. I say that at the end of every one of these videos that I've made. Yeah, I'll come back to this. It's like, I haven't yet, but I look at my shmup career as potentially being long and fruitful, and I'm right now only a few years in, and so I still just want to kind of play other stuff. I'm not like looking to just start this over and get an extra, say, like 5 million or 10 million score, but I will, I think, want to do that in the future. I don't know when that will be, but trying to make a list of just stuff that I could play forever. I could make this my game, and that I definitely feel that way about Kuro. I think it's that good. The one problem, I guess, would be that you have to I have to settle for kind of an approximation of the game in MAME, lest I spend unless I spend like $5,000 or something somewhere thereabouts, 5,000 USD for a PCB. Of course, yeah. I mean, all I can say is just M2, please M2, give us Ibara. The original Ibara certainly, and Ibara Kuro deserve modern ports. They weren't ever that popular. They won't be that popular now. But the people who love them that dearly that I think, and I suspect M2 can be counted in that category of people. I would guess anyway, So I still have hope that they'll port this game, and that there will be official leaderboards and shit. And maybe if that ever happens, I come back with a vengeance. But until then, this game ruled, and you should check it out if you haven't. Thanks, y'all.